do you ever feel like there is some sort of like mission to try to like merge the two, or do you feel like that's just like
I feel like
you can't, like, it's not in your control?
That's such a hard question, because it's like low key, like, and then for me personally, and I hope somebody. I had to talk to some older DJs, man. Niggas gotta educate me or something, because what I hope is that, like, for me personally, what I realize is like it's an internal struggle, because I try to stick true to what I know, the music that I like, and the music that I want to show people and be like, yo, I know you ain't heard of this. But this Jane got you can vibe to this Jane. You can rock to it. And the problem there is that, one, is that me being too selfish as a DJ and just wanting to play what I know.
Yeah.
Two, is that me being a bad DJ by being selfish, you know.
Yeah.
And all that. So those, like, it's like a constant thought of like, should I really know all of this stuff? Even though I know like the type of stuff, like, you're not gonna tell an EDM DJ to go spin a trap party.
Yeah. People like
it might work. I'd be interested to see it happen.
Yeah.
But that's two different crowds.
Yeah. Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Erthtone from ZuCast. We got the coldest DJ in Richmond right now, man. Erthtone. What's up? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good. Thank you.
Good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate
no
it.
problem.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, thank you for coming, bro. For real. You know, like, how long have we known each other?
I want to say maybe like 2-3 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
And I don't know, bro. It's crazy because when I met you, like the first time I saw you, like, I don't know what your role was at Kidz At, but I know you was like associated with them. But I never knew you had like the DJ talent, or like even the passion to DJ. And to find that out and to see what you did with that, bro.
Appreciate that. I'm not gonna hold you. It wasn't anything when we first met. It wasn't anything I was thinking about.
Okay.
Like at that time, and
Okay.
I had been in the start at Kidz At Play. Like originally, Kidz At Play was me and Smith.
Yeah. Really?
And, yeah. So it was me and him for like a long time, and then from there we branched off, and, you know, friends, and like people that we realized were like interested in the same stuff.
Yeah.
Ended up just coming along with us.
Okay.
So like they just started coming in, and it was like crazy. Like it's all generic, all people that we like knew prior, and it was all on some like, yo, like I believe the vision. Like,
yeah, everybody had faith in the brand.
Yeah, everybody had just faith in each other for real. Like at foremost, like just seeing that there's talent and there's like raw passion there.
Yeah.
And niggas was serious about it.
Yeah.
So that's what it was like from the jump.
Okay. Yeah, let's definitely dig into that a little bit. Like that took me by surprise. Like I wasn't planning to get into that, but like, yeah, that's. But before we get to that, like, first, let's talk about who you are. So for those who don't know, who was Erthtone and what do you do and stuff like that?
So that's I ain't even gonna hold. Came to an interview unprepared. Nah, but my name is Erthtone. I'm a DJ / producer in the city, and I work for Kidz At Play as their DJ, in-house DJ, and creative assistant. So, you know, just working behind the scenes most of it.
Yeah. Dang, it's like I don't know if I want to talk about the DJ. Let's talk about the DJing first. No, actually, let's talk about Kidz At Play. Cause was that like your like introductory into like, I guess, creative stuff? Like,
I would say yes. Honestly, I'm not gonna hold, because before it was like, and I don't know if he's ever talked about this in interviews, not to put him on the spot, but like before Kidz At Play, like when Kidz At Play had like originally started, it was like me and Smith in high school, right? And throughout all of that, you know, most of it was just like us being friends and all that, and just having a passion for music. But like when I really think about it now, like most of that like creativity did kind of span from there, because he was in a photography class, right? So we always had to like shoot like little movies and stuff, and niggas had some funny ones. I'm not gonna hold, just like being like short and creative and like spending the time to figure that out. So I would say like it was the start of like my creativity, I would say, yeah, as a person. But I didn't find out like that I could be myself within it until like recently. So
you and Smith Knight, y'all went to high school together.
Yeah.
Y'all doing y'all creative stuff together. And he was rapping like, so what was like your role in that? Was you just like being like, okay, yeah, that was fire, or like coming up with concepts?
I'm not gonna hold. At the time, I was writing like myself.
Okay.
Like poetry. I was really into poetry, and that's what like kind of got me into like music and all of that. So I was writing for myself, and just like trying to understand it. And at that time, like Smith had just like, in a weird way, he was ahead of himself because of the way that he was rapping at such a young age.
Yeah, before his time.
Yeah, on some shit. So me being his like friend and like watching that was like crazy to me. So I was kind of looked up to him, and I was like, damn, I'm trying to low-key like not like write like that nigga, but learn, because I'm spending like maybe 30 minutes like trying to figure out a poem, and this man, like, when I tell you I've never seen somebody write fast, you tell him write, like, he own it. So for me, it was like a shock. He had just done it so many times, so it was a shocker to me, and I always admired that. But my role, I guess it was really just helping him out in whatever he needed at that time. Like, so yeah, just being a friend, I would say. But most of it was like a whole bunch of driving like in and out of the city, like to Richmond, to like shows, a couple performances, like driving to those, just making sure he was straight, making sure, just being like a friend and being there, It was like, and Kidz At Play wasn't like a 9-man team back then. It was like the two of us.
Two of y'all.
So it was like just us pulling up to performances at like 16, 17, scrawny ass kids.
Yeah. But
and
just
being
the
there.
confidence though, so it was like, what's up?
Hey, I believed in him. Like, and I believe in Kidz At Play and all of it. So at that time, I was just like, nah, this kid can rap.
Yeah.
So
how did y'all go from y'all two to adding people? Like, what was that time like?
Man, it was friends that we just knew before.
Okay.
So Marquise and Quincy all went to the same high school. So me, Marquise, Quincy, J. Louis, Smith, all went to the same high school, right?
Yeah.
So with that, like, it was just finding, like, connecting the dots and everything. So I ended up meeting Marquise through this thing called show choir. Bro,
I was in show choir, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, you was in show choir?
I was in show choir. I'm not gonna hold. I was with the jazz steps and all that. It's
oh snap, bro! Shout out Night Scene. Shout out.
Tell him,
bro. What's the name of the festival's called, bro?
Bro,
those used to be crazy.
What you
bro.
call it? We used to call it comps.
Yeah, I mean comps.
Like,
yeah, comps.
Comps was crazy.
Yeah, because like it would be like Thursday night, it'd be like the whack shit, and then Friday, if I'm keeping it to the bed.
Damn.
Friday it'd be like, Thursday would be the whack shit. Friday would be like the all girl shit.
Yeah,
niggas try to like, oh, you need help, like niggas try to slide in that
horrible.
Shit.
Nah,
yeah, Saturday, that was the day.
Saturday was like unisex day.
Yeah,
and it was like both groups, like male and female.
Yeah, bro, you be there all day, bro.
Dog, I'm not gonna hold you. My school took that J match. Like, if you ever get the chance, Clover Hill, New Dimensions, and Clover Hill, Iridescence. Them, like, I was in that J for 1 year. I've never done like the technicality, the dancing. Like, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I am telling you.
It's like Pitch Perfect, but like
dog,
extreme.
Serious. It was
extreme.
No joke. Like, the routine. Yeah, nah.
Bro.
Niggas was conditioning for months for that. Shout out to, you know what? I'm gonna do this right here. Shout out to Rachel Snyder. I'm not gonna hold. That was my my show choir teacher. And my last year, like, my senior year was year 2020, and we got COVID halfway through that season. I'm not gonna hold you.
I remember that.
So all that jank hit, but I'm not gonna hold you. If we had finished that season, niggas would have won championships. We had like 3 or 4 of them easy.
Yeah,
would have won like two more easy. I'm not gonna talk.
Bro.
All right, that's all I got.
That's funny though, because I was in it. Junior year and senior year, I was in Night Scene, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Thomasdale, Cosby,
yeah,
Clover Hill, Manchester.
Yeah,
like, bro, like those was like the heavy hitters.
They
like,
crazy like that.
Yeah,
man.
Shoot, but all right. So you doing show choir, you adding people. So what was the move after high school? Because being in high school, it's like, okay, Monday through Friday, we're all in this building. We all have our interests or whatever.
True.
But then people start talking about college and like what you want to do as a career. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? So like when people were coming at you with like questions like that, what was your response?
Oh, I was giving them BS excuses.
Yeah.
Oh, I was feeding everybody.
I want to be an engineer.
Man, I was telling people, yeah, nah, I'm ready to go do music at this school, that school, da. Because there's like, ironically, there's a society puts such a pressure on us as kids, especially when you get out of high school, for you to know exactly what you want to do with your life. Yeah. So, like, imagine, like, you get out, you 18, you get out, right?
Yeah.
They're like, all right, bet. So you have to do college. You get into college, right? You niggas gonna have student loans. Let's be honest, because it's outrageous what you paying right now. Yeah. So, yeah, student loans. You finish those 4 years, those loans stay with you for the rest of your life. That's the thing that I thought about like before, and for that I did community for a little bit. But even then, I was just like,
it's like, bro, why am I doing this shit?
Why am I paying so much for something that like? And I was doing like in the community college, I was doing like music classes. But what I realized is that, not to say that I wasn't learning something from them, but the stuff that they were teaching me was the stuff that I've been analyzing and just doing myself, just by listening to music and having a passion for it and wanting to understand it more. Yeah. So I'm like, why am I gonna pay you $800-900 a class for something that I could teach myself on YouTube? For real.
Talk about.
And I'm not gonna hold. That's exactly how I got into like producing. That was simple. I bought Logic. I spent maybe 3 to 4 months just going. I'd be like, all right, if I don't know how to do this, I'd go up on YouTube and be like, all right, word. How do you da in Logic Pro X? Taught myself. Not to say like I didn't go as far and I didn't go as deep as I could have, but to say that, like, for real, if anything that you want to do, there's no reason why in this day and age that you shouldn't just get up and go do it.
Into the picture.
For me, it was October. It was, I want to say, last October. Okay. Do you remember that Halloween show that was in the barn? Yeah, so that show for me personally was a lot, because nigga, first that shit was cold as hell.
Wait, you was DJing that show?
Oh, no. I was just there as like, at that time I was just making sure that like everybody's set was straight. Okay. So I'd make sure like everybody's music was on a flash drive, and then make sure like the DJ got it and make sure he got it in order. Okay. So I just figured out like so I was doing that at that show for Kidz At Play. So when Smith and Quincy went on to perform, shout out to DJ Trap Ream, much love to him. He low-key kind of inspired, because it was like watching it, like I knew what I wanted everything to sound like in that moment, but knowing that I have to like, because you know they were set up on like barrels, and
it
like,
was like for real, like
hay.
Dirt on the ground, real hay on the ground. My computer was filthy, my chair, my whole booth, everything was filthy.
Shoes horrible,
yes,
gone,
bro. And it was cold. Yeah, like you said, it was cold as shit outside.
It was freezing,
cold as shit.
It was still like, it was a cool venue though. Like on a warmer day, definitely. But that jam was cold.
Said on a warmer day,
definitely. It was cool though. It was like this giant barn, like open, the mute, like great acoustics. It was like loud. I'm like, oh, this is hard.
Yeah. Shout out to LeVar for making it
for real.
Happen,
LeVar. Yeah. Shout out to him. Yeah. But in that moment, I'm like, damn, I know what I want this to sound like, and I know what like I want like their sets to do, and I'm like, hold on, we don't have a DJ. Fuck. There's a lot of niggas in the city with a DJ, like like there are certain people that be having like specific DJs that are like just for them and all that. So in my head I was like, how hard is this? How hard is this? So in the next, after that show, it was like a good like week and a half, and I was talking to JPM, my manager, and Smith's manager, the whole group's manager, love him. And I go to him, I'm like, dog, how hard is it for, you know, like to get into DJ? And he's like, and his response all the time, I don't know, and just looked away. And I'm like, and that in my mind was like, that when he told me that, it was like, all right, I need to go figure this out for myself. Stop asking questions. So I went online. I started looking at videos. I'm like, I can figure this out. Went on Facebook Marketplace. Bought a small DJ board for like controller for $250.
That's the steal.
Met up with the dude. Yeah, it was a small jank though. It was like so. It was like you know. But met up with the dude 2 days later. Got that and spent the next 3 to 4 months just like in my room and I got the videos. If you go on my Instagram, you can find like reels of just like me learning like the first time, like trying to figure out how to do like transitions and shit, and just practicing that, and spent the next like 3 to 4 months just figuring it out, just playing with it.
So when you were like practicing during those 3 to 4 months, was you telling people like, "Oh, I'm a DJ,
Nope.
DJ," or this is like, okay, behind closed doors, lock the door?
It wasn't like closed doors, and I would like post it like on social media sometimes, but it wasn't like I was promoting myself as a DJ.
Okay.
So it was definitely like, okay, this is a side like gig, and I didn't know I had like opportunity. Like I didn't have my first opportunity until like January of this year. So that was kind of crazy for me. So like at that time, I was not thinking about it at all.
Okay. So 3 to 4 months, you're in your room, you're practicing. Tell me about your first gig as a DJ.
My first gig, the first time I think I spanned for friends, just like they was just like let me tell you about the first gig because I'm talking about two different things. The first time, my first gig was the first Kidz At in Chilele show.
I remember that.
Yeah. So that show was the first time I was on it in like front of people. And it was like people other than my niggas being like, all right, let's see what you got. Yeah. So that show was the first time I like spanned. It was like, and I felt like, damn, I like this.
Was you nervous though?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Cause wait, was this the one that like I did like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for those, if you weren't there, Kidz At had a show at Chilele. Shout out Chilele.
Yeah, shout out Nico, shout out Earl.
Yeah, I had went up there and I like got people hyping, like introduced somebody. I forgot, but basically there was like a dress rehearsal either the day before or 2 days before that. I get in there and I'm hearing like scratches like I'm like, oh shit, niggas got a DJ, like niggas official, you know what I mean? And I see you're DJing and I'm like, okay, this is cool, this is definitely dope. And the night of, you know, we're in there, we're hyped, they got the music, they got the lights and stuff. True. And I just never forget you playing like Stats by Baby Keem. Look. I think, is that your shit? Is that your shit?
Keem is that nigga, yo.
Yeah.
Keem's last album, I love the Melodic Blue, but Die For My Bitch. And the Jane before that, The Sounds of Bad Habits. Nigga, there's nothing, them Janes go. If you ain't heard them yet, that's something to go listen to.
You say you was a little nervous.
Yeah.
As people are coming in, like, what were you thinking? Was you like, oh, I'm going to mess up? Were you just like, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I have my songs. Let's do this shit.
So at that time, I just stared. The whole thing that's kind of cool about that is for me personally, like once I put those headphones on and I'm submerged enough, I could really tune out what's going on with the world. Like, and I was on, like, the way they had me set up, I was on stage. So you couldn't really get up on stage and like bother me or distract me. Yeah. So when I tell you I have my eyes locked into my computer, I'm like, all right, bet. Next transition, what am I about to do? Let's figure this out. I saw people, I was just like, all right, bet. Look up, more people, bet. Keep going. Don't even look. Check, more people. All right, keep going. Could not, like, I tried to give it as less mind as I could. I was definitely like checking the crowd to see if the music was working and people were like, you know, messing with that. But other than that, I was just like, just stay locked in.
And since then, like, what have you learned about DJing? Like, what other skills have you obtained since then?
DJing definitely teaches you how to read a crowd. Okay. Because not every song works.
It's gonna hit the way you thought it would.
Yeah, and different crowds like different stuff, man.
That's
true.
You
can't fit every crowd. You need to know, like, to be a good DJ, I feel like it's to have a verse knowledge of different kinds of music and to be able to transition into those music correctly and, like, nice. I mean, like, in an elegant way. You know, that still sounds like cool, having a personality and being all of that. So definitely, like, you got to know your crowd. You got to know who you're spinning for.
Yeah. Do you think that you found your crowd yet?
I think I think in a sense, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I think I have an appeal to. I try to have an appeal, to definitely like our generation with the music that I play, but I try and stay out of mainstream, I would guess, rap.
Yeah.
I do like some, but I try to stay out of like,
Because I feel like what we trying to do, bro, is like VCU is different from Richmond.
Definitely.
You seen that meme that's like Richmond and the RVA?
Yeah.
That's an example of it, bro.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's not going to get it. And
Yeah.
you may think that like your idea or like your vision for something is like the coolest shit in the world.
Yep.
It's going to change shit. Niggas going to be like, wow. And then when you put it out there, people are like, no.
Yeah.
It's like
most of it is
damn.
like people being close-minded.
Yeah.
I think that's like one thing that like I try to work on a lot is like being open-minded to a lot of stuff. So whether if I don't rock with it in like the first 15 minutes, I'll still come back to it and be like, nah, this might be a banger or something.
Yeah.
I think like, sadly, that's like what separates it. And you could definitely see it. Like I agree with you. Like VCU, I would say spinning music for like VCU students and spinning music for like Richmond niggas.
Yeah.
It's two different things.
Niggas like, where the Pooh Shiesty nigga?
Yeah.
Where the NBA? Where the young boy at?
Where Kiddo at?
Yeah, where
Where Kiddo at? Niggas be like, where Kiddo at?
Where Kiddo
F&F. Like, I'm telling you.
That's funny.
Ooh.
Where Kiddo at? Yeah, and it's like, damn, bro. So, do you ever feel like there is some sort of like mission to try to like merge the two, or do you feel like that's just like
I feel like
you can't, like, it's not in your control?
That's such a hard question, because it's like low key, like, and then for me personally, and I hope somebody I just talked to some older DJs, man. Niggas gotta educate me or something, because what I hope is that, like, for me personally, what I realize is like it's an internal struggle, because I try to stick true to what I know, the music that I like and the music that I want to show people and be like, yo, I know you ain't heard of this. But this Jane got you can vibe to this Jane. You can rock to it. And the problem there is that, one, is that me being too selfish as a DJ and just wanting to play what I know.
Yeah.
Two, is that me being a bad DJ by being selfish,
Yeah.
and all that. So those, like, it's like a constant thought of like, should I really know all of this stuff? Even though I know like the type of stuff, like, you're not gonna tell an EDM DJ to go spin a trap party.
Yeah. People like,
it might work. I'd be interested to see it happen.
Yeah.
But that's two different crowds.
Yeah.
So does that EDM DJ have to be well versed in trap music? And vice versa. So that's the struggle that is like, so I try to like definitely, when I have other friends around, like different people around for me or people that I don't know, I always try to like be like, yo, what are you listening to right now? Yeah. Cause knowing what some different shit that, they might listen to, and knowing that that's still stuff like, okay, cool. People still like this. Good to know.
I feel that, bro. So how do you find out like new music?
Dog.
Like, what's your process of finding new songs, of finding what people like and stuff like that?
To find, if I'm doing it for a party, like for a venue or for an event, then I'm going to check what's currently, like, I'm going to look at top 40, Billboard top 100, and do like some form of like music research and see, be like, all right, these songs are what's popping currently. These are what fell out last week's top 100. These are what is, in and all that. So I usually check those and maybe be like, all right, here's how I can build a set. But if I'm doing it for myself, it's just like doing a deep dive through music and trying to figure out, which artists are like similar to this. Like, I'll do a lot of like, how like Apple Music or like Spotify has like similar artists.
I love Spotify, bro. What? The Made For You, the new releases, the new Music Friday, like.
Hey, I'm not gonna hold. Yeah. I'll be on Apple Music until. Sorry.
Wait, does Apple Music still do that though? They make playlists for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
They got some stuff like that.
That's cool then. That's cool then.
I respect it. Yeah. But yeah, so I usually just be checking those and be like, all right, what haven't I heard before? Or sometimes it's just asking like random people.
Yeah.
I low key one day, I got a video idea. We just got to go out and ask niggas, what you listening to right now?
Yeah. Tell me about your favorite DJ moment thus far. Like, what's something that, like, when you just laying in the bed, you're like, damn, bro, that shit really happened.
Last week, I'm not going to hold that intro.
Cold. That was cold, bro.
That intro.
That was cold.
That was one of my favorites. You remember that party that we did last year in that backyard? Yeah. That set, that entire day. Like,
bro, you don't understand. People still talk to me about this. Like, oh my God, I had so much fun in the 90s. And the music was perfect. Like, yeah.
I'm telling you, that set for me was so comfortable. I never felt like, I feel like there are certain sets that you can remember and be like, damn, I did really good on this one. Or, you know, I did great on this one. Nah, that entire, because before I was spending like 2 hours prior and I was just like, let me just warm up. I was loving it. I loved it.
Yeah. I mean, and bro, it was kind of a challenge to like piece that party together. Like, Zach, you know, bro, like this
For
politics. Real. You know what I'm saying? This politics.
There was a lot going on.
Yeah, it was a lot going on. And it was like our first time doing something like that.
True.
The fact that like
it went well.
Yeah, it went well. It's like none of that shit even matters, bro.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
For real.
I know for me, like going to like black schools and shit like that, like I'm not dark skinned, but like I got dark skin like homies, you know what I'm saying? I know how y'all got treated. I know, like
I'm not gonna hold you.
I know, bro. Like, so tell me about that experience. Like, was it something that you faced or like this? Let's get honest.
I'm not gonna hold.
Let's get honest. Let's get honest.
Go.
Let's get honest.
I say for a long time in like the black community, at least being like me and being dark skinned, like it was difficult because a lot of niggas just look down on dark skinned niggas just for being blacker than normal. Yeah. And you know, like there's the construct of like, you know, light skins being preferred over dark skin. So that throughout high school, like I experienced a lot of that. And that's what makes me want to do certain things like this in my nails and piercing myself. Cause it's like I let y'all determine so much of me for so long and let you tell me what y'all thought was cool. I'm 20 years old now. Why am I going to still let y'all do that to me?
You shouldn't.
My point.
You shouldn't. Do you think that being dark skinned is like a trend now?
Oh.
I do find that weird, bro. Because it's like whenever you go on like Instagram or some shit like that, you see like the like artsy photos of like a dark skinned girl or a dark skinned dude wearing like whatever the fuck. And it's just like, that's art. Like that's the hot thing right now. But it's like 3 years ago, 5 years ago, like
niggas couldn't get no love.
Yeah.
Niggas could not get no love.
That's just so crazy to me. It's like people will laugh at you than want to be you. You know what I mean? Another example, bro. I always put this example. Let's talk about skinny girls and like fat girls, like thick girls. Yeah. Early 2000s, every girl wanted to be skinny. Like,
I agree.
Want to be skinny, wear like the low waisted jeans and shit like that.
America gave you again, America was feeding you some stuff and was like, look, this is what's attractive. This is what you got to look like. So I definitely can see, but.
And today it's like, you tell a girl she's skinny, she won't fuck around and cry. Like, that's a bad thing. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, now girls want to fucking gain weight. I need to gain weight. Back then it was like, I want to lose weight. I want to gain weight. It's like,
it's not, I'm not even going to hold you. It's not even their fault. At the end of it, it's like, these ideas and these constructs, for one, it's a whole bunch of men deciding this. So niggas really telling women what look good. Yeah. And now that women are like, you can't tell me that. It's a problem. Yeah. So we can start with that there. Yeah. But two, like, it's just at the end of it, I agree with you. There was that was definitely a thing, and that was definitely a trend. Yeah. But for them to feel however they want to feel, it's like, girl, just do you. Yeah. Look however you want to. Can't nobody tell you no different.
Yeah. I mean, me, bro, like, even yesterday, somebody was like, "What's my type?" And it's like, nigga, I don't know. Like, I don't really have.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I like a lot of different type of girls. I like black girls. I like Hispanic girls. I like Middle Eastern girls. I like everything. You know what I'm saying?
It don't matter.
So it's like,
what's your type? It don't matter.
Yeah.
Just tell them it don't matter.
Yeah.
Cause you don't go. I don't know. Maybe some people do. But personally, I don't go around. I try not to go around being like, oh, she look like my type.
Yeah.
Because what if she's not? And what if her personality is not?
Bro, that's
Exactly.
bro. I'm a personality person. I don't care
Exactly.
how bad she is, bro.
If it don't make sense.
If the personality is trash, you lost like 5
Facts.
points, bro.
5.
You lost like 5 points.
Lost like
you're
all
at
of it.
You're at a D now.
Watch out.
At the most, you know.
Yeah.
What I'm saying? You're at a D right now.
Watch
you're
out.
at a D, bro.
Can't even pass the class.
Yeah. So, as we wrap this interview up,
True.
what's next for Erthtone?
A lot, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Right now we're working on ZuWorld and just doing that and making that, as fun as possible. We're gonna be there tonight.
Okay. And where's it gonna be at? Like, for what's all the info for people and shit?
So it is going to be, I believe it is 318
Okay.
West Broad at the Collective. I'm sorry, I'm just checking the flyer to make sure. Yeah, 318 West Broad Street in Richmond. It's gonna be at the Collective tonight, and moving forward. It's gonna be about like $10 at the door. Tonight the set is gonna be focused on some dance type shit.
Oh, like twerk?
Dance?
Nah. All right, bro.
Somebody's
horny. Somebody's horny alert.
I said dance. He said twerk.
Oh shit.
Nah, but there'll be some of that in there, but it's gonna be on some some dancing type shit. It's gonna be some K Tronada, some Bad Bunny, a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Word.
We trying to bring, like, my whole thing is like just trying to make sure that every time I spin, I'm like trying to find a new pocket, like trying to find a new way to like bring a set together. So I think this one, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna try and get some people dancing tonight, feeling some good. Hopefully people like it.
Word. And if somebody's watching this and they're looking for a DJ for an event or something and they want to book you or just, get some advice from you, whatever, talk to you. Like, let's say, I don't know, Funk Flex is watching this or some shit. Like, how can they get at you?
Respect to you if you watch it. Because I'm going to feel some type of way. Niggas hit me like, yo, Funk Flex watching your shit. Huh? I'm going to feel some type of way. But best way to contact me would be my Instagram at it's.erthtone, Erthtone. Shoot me a message on DM, and I should get back to you within like 2 days.
Because you said that last. I was hoping you was gonna say that shit again.
2 days. I can't lie to y'all. I try and stay off my phone sometimes. I be trying to be like backed up from it. So 2 days.
Word. And you can follow me on Instagram at Zer the Artist or follow the podcast at ZuCast the Podcast. This was the legendary Erthtone interview. Thank you for coming, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.